What's up, y'all? It's your Kiwan. I am back with Young, Famous, and African, Season 3, Episode 2, Boundaries, Boundaries. Listen, before I start this video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be notified on all of my upcoming videos. I just want to say this. Shout out to the Lord, all right, for sending snow to New Orleans. You understand? I ain't see snow in a little bit over 20 years. And then the snow that we got about 20 years ago was like little Timu snow. It wasn't like I see today. I don't live in New Orleans, but my family is in New Orleans. The people I went to school with, just people, So shout out to everybody, all the adults. They got the kid in them. Listen, this snow is bringing out everybody's happy. Just don't send it back to Dallas. All right. But we know we're going to get another winter mix here. So, and shout out to the people in Houston, because y'all, they got some snow too. All right. It's just been a whole thing today, y'all. They've been making me laugh and everything. Anyway. Lord Jesus. Sorry, y'all. So the episode picks up with Nadia and Annie tongue tussling and lip slanging. All right. Annie packed her stuff and left. Annie said in her confessional that Nadia is a barking dog and it come from a dark place. Cafe says to Nadia that she was connected with Annie because they both were moms. So Nadia not trying to hear that. She was like, I'm pissed to the highest pistivity of it all. And it is what it is. So in the next scene, we see Louis, and in his confessional, he says that he has to be the bigger person all his life. He also says that this year, 2025, 2024, 2025, he not tolerate no BS from nobody, no way, no how. You better ask your mama to do it, because Louis ain't doing it. All right. He said he here to put people in their place. And to gather the people and tell them to stay in their lane. Man, woman, boy, child. He don't care who it is. Anyway, so Luis joins, comes into Cafe's event. Nadia get the party started and she get it popping. Y'all, let me tell y'all something about Nadia. Nadia is a messy bitch, if I ever seen one. Great for TV, but we see, again, I'm going to keep saying this, her and Fantana has taken the place of Connie. So, Nadia asked him, where's his girlfriend? The one that was at the wedding. And Louis said that she is just a special friend. Louis said, y'all really need to mind y'all business and stay out of my bed, my affairs, and who I'm single. I'm single as a $2 bill. $1 bill. I'm single as a $1 bill. So mind the business that pays you. All right? So Cafe says that Cafe says that she wouldn't date anyone younger than her. Cafe, I want to say she's 34 and Louis is 30. And so, they just had that back and forward. But Louis says, you know what? I'm a stay in my lane, but eventually I'm going to try to wear her down, right? Because he won't Cafe real bad. And he's still like Fantana. But we'll see. So Fantana actually arrives and tells Nadia about her lunch with Annie and how Annie was talking about Swanky. Now, let me say this. Was Annie being messy a little bit? Yes. I think she's just still angry about Swanky. She's still frustrated. Even though they apologized, it just wasn't real. It wasn't authentic. So, yeah. So she gonna vent. And I think I'm trying to give Annie a lot of grace, but I think at this point she's venting when it comes to Swanky. But when it comes to Zari, I don't think it's a vent. I think that's her saying how she truly feels. Everything that you think don't have to come out of your mouth. But anyway, then Nadia tells Fantana about the argument she just had with Annie a while ago before everybody started to arrive. So Luis, again, he says that he have a crush. He still have a crush on Fantana, but he won't act on it. At this point, Fantana don't want nobody but Diamond. And I hope you wrapping it up, sister. All right. So Zari and her new husband arrive. What is his name, y'all? I forgot his name. Oh. What in the heck is his name? Shakib, y'all. Shakib. And so Kefi says that she has anxiety coming to this group. Because let me tell y'all, y'all are a mess. Like, this entire group is a hot mess.com. So Zari asks Kefi about her arrival at the wedding. Basically, you had a +1, but I don't have a problem with you having a +1. My problem is you come strutting down the line, down the aisle, in the midsection where all the attention was pointed. It seemed like was pointed to you. No, ma'am. And so, before, she was getting ready to answer, she was like, no, it wasn't like that. I didn't know where I was going, so she just kind of walked in and made it to her seat. And so while she was explaining, Naked arrived. And again, he arrives without Kaylee. But I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, so Zari asked Luis about his love life. And so everybody started chiming in about what you doing, who you doing it with. Luis was like, y'all need to mind y'all business. Leave me and my love life alone. All right? So, Fantana start the pipe up about Luis's love life. My problem with Fantana is you sleeping with this lady baby daddy, even though they not together and that's not your friend. But you worried about this man. However, ... you are sleeping with this woman's baby daddy who has a girlfriend or multiple girlfriends. So, ma'am, you playing yourself, so you might want to sit there and eat your salad and shut the up. All right? Fantana is a pick-me. Fantana gets on my nerves. She is a pick-me. I'm sorry, y'all. I know that might be y'all favorite girl, but Fantana is a pick-me. That explains her whole aesthetic. Talking about, we'll get there when she meet up with Diamond. But Fantana is a pick-me, and you want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want to be that girl, and you're not. Period. So, Naked says that Luis and Fantana have sexual attention, and I agree. So Fantana and Luis, they start to argue. They've been arguing the entire time. And I just want to point out that Fantana was the one that got the party started with Luis, because you're questioning the people he like. He can like whoever he like. If it's 50 women he want to like, that's on him. That has nothing to do with you. Yeah, he said he liked you, but has he came on to you after you turned him down? After you turned his advances down, did he ever come back onto you after that? No. I think you're mad because he's not coming on to you in a way you want him to, in that he halt and stop. You want him to be filled with drama. No, that's your life. That is how you roll. Y'all, Fantana and Nadia aggravates me. And although Naked is probably not a favorite of mine, but I like how he thinks sometimes. He called them Tweedledee and Tweedledummer, or Tweedledum, and I totally agree. So Louis says he's tired of being everybody's punching bag, and basically don't play with him. Play with your mammy, don't play with him. Play with a lottery ticket, don't play with him. Play with your dog, don't play with him. Play with yourself, but don't play with him. All right? I just want y'all to look at that. I just want y'all to know that Louis ain't playing with y'all this season. Like last season, Swanky, did the most. And I will say that because I think I did say that last season. Swanky did the most when it came to Louis. But Louis said, do it to somebody else. So, in the next scene, Zari is on a date with Shakib. She tells him her friends are crazy, everybody's toxic, and she asks him, how does he feel about meeting Diamond? He says that he doesn't have a problem with meeting Diamond. The only thing he has a problem with is Diamond's disrespect between her, with Zari. And there needs to be some boundaries established. Zari says that boundaries are going to be established. Ma'am, you need to let that... Do you have a husband? So whatever you got or have with your baby daddy, baby, you need to let that go. So your baby daddy can't come whenever he wants. There are things that he just cannot do no more because you signed up to be this man's wife. I'm just saying. And let's be clear. You are at... First of all, with Diamond, you are one of many. You may be at the top of the totem pole, but you are one of many. Not only. Diamond. Anyway, Shakib says he agrees that some boundaries need to be established. So, Diamond meets up with Fantana. And she claimed, she says she's annoyed with Diamond, and he gives her a bouquet of flowers. He said he had to lie to her to spice some stuff up. And in this moment, he planted her face. So she asked Diamond if he had a girlfriend. Diamond was like, no, I ain't got no girlfriend, baby. Diamond got girlfriends with a S or a Z. Whichever one you choose, that's what he have. He said, but I'm not going to tell you that. So she'll find out later on in the, once the camera stop rolling. But Fantana is stupid. Girl, you a pick me. Talking about, oh, I like when he knows that, how to get me going with him. He just tell me I'm pretty and I'm like, sis, that's all it take for to tell you pretty, and you just gonna drop your drawers to him. This nigga nasty. I'm sorry. Let me how I use the N-word. This ninja nasty. All right, you're not the only one. And the girlfriend who was the girlfriend ain't the only one either. He got different pros and different area codes in South Africa. All right? You ain't the only one. All he have to do is just play in Fantana's face. And again, Fantana gonna drop them draws. All right? If Diamond said, I want to chew on your drawers, you gonna let him. Sad. Pick me. Pick me. Anyway, I love Kefe. Kefe? I'm going to learn her name, y'all. So she calls Swanky, and she's telling him about her event yesterday, how Annie got into it with Nadia. Fantana got into it with Luis, and how Zari tried tried to have an argument with Cafe. Cafe. She was like, I ain't having it, you know. And let me say this. Let me just go out on the record and say this, and I might be wrong. But it seems to me that little Miss Zari is a little bit threatened by Miss Cafe. Cafe? Cafe. Cafe is her name. By Miss Cafe. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So Zari is actually meeting with Diamond and the kids. And she says she was meeting with him to set boundaries. And so the little girl, we found out about the little girl that the reason why she hasn't been talking to Diamond as much is because of Zari. And she points at the little girl, points at her mom. And her mom allows them to talk on the phone on the weekend. Use their phones on the weekend, not on the weekday. And I just kind of feel like, yes, you may be mad at Diamond. You may be mad at Diamond, and you may not know how to establish like real co-parenting boundaries, but you're gonna have to learn. But you're gonna have to be strict in your co-parenting with him, and that's all that it really needs to be. You can pass the phone on. I don't know how everything works in the other cultures, but if I don't have anything to say to you, listen until I learn how to get past the whole social media thing and the arguments and all of that they have. I'm just going to pass the phone on to the kids. Hey, how you doing? Hold on, it's your dad. That's it. Until you can learn to get to a cordial, more grounded and cordial space with Diamond. Anyway. So Zari basically tells Diamond that Fantano is doing too much, and he allows her to do so much by telling her things about Zari. Once again, Diamond is also playing in Zari's face, just like he plays in Fantana's face. Y'all, when I tell y'all Diamond is so full of himself, like so full of himself, it's really unreal. He is actually, and I'm gonna say this, she did mention that, you're used to me being so nice and so forgiving. He is used to her cowering down to him, and he just does what he wants with no regard. It doesn't matter who he hurt, as long as Diamond get what Diamond needs. That is so selfish. That is unfair. And Diamond ain't and I'ma just keep it moving. So Diamond then says to the kids, why did they let their mom get married? And I was like, why would you do that? Why would you put your kids in that type of position and ask them that? That is insane. This is a grown woman. These kids can't come in and say what they want to happen, what they don't want to happen. Diamond, you sound crazy, because ultimately you're mad because this lady is married. You're mad because you don't have all access to her, which is why you probably told Fantana all of that stuff just to get back at Zari, because of the access, the denied access that is happening between you and her. So Diamond claims that he wanted to meet Shakib. So I guess they're going to go ahead and make that happen. So Swanky says in his confessionals that his job has been very intense. So that's why he hasn't been around everybody in the group. Swanky then meets with Zari and Nadia for lunch. And Zari asks, why did he bring a +1? Swanky tells Zari that he told her that I was bringing a +1, and that no, that she was bringing a +1. In the next scene, we see Annie meet up with Cafe, and I feel like Annie's trying to come off as the victim. I don't know. It's the way her posture is in her confessional it's like, it's almost like a boy's meat. Like, her posture is like, something ain't right. Like, I don't know. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? All right? Sometimes I just want to know. Because sis don't seem all right. And I would like to go out on a limb and say that it could be because of that husband of hers. That, possibly. But something is happening. Honestly, outside of this friend group, something is happening with her. I'm glad that Cafe is actually meeting with Annie, because Annie seems as though she doesn't have any friends. And I can't say that that's Annie's fault. I think a lot of people decided to choose a side, and I think everybody felt like Swanky is a better side to be on than to be on Annie's side, and that's just how I feel. I don't think everybody should have been involved in this. I do think that Swanky did say something on a recording about Annie. I do. I don't know. I don't know if Annie's lying. I don't want to for sure say it, but something ain't right. Anyway, Cafe thinks that Zari was trying to start a fight with her. She also thinks that Zari lives to evoke a lot of drama, and she does. I don't care how beautiful Zari is. She loves drama. She wants to be the HBIC. It's apparent. Anyway, Annie, I feel like Annie is being two-faced. I feel like, and I'm only saying that because when it comes to Zari, when you was at her wedding, yeah, you did say that you felt the way, but you also gave her praise. And I know there are some things that you couldn't bring up because it was her wedding, but you could have called her on the phone. You chose to get with talk about this lady at her wedding. You chose to say certain little things, some of those things at Cafe's event, and now you're still talking about her. If you're mad, say you're mad. But I wouldn't have went to her wedding unless production was like, hey, this is a production event. I mean, this is a everybody event, so you need to be here unless you won't get your coin. I get that. But anything else, if I'm not fooling with you, I'm not going to come to your event, especially when I know we had a big blowout and we never discussed anything. So I think that's where Annie is. Annie has had all this beef with all of these people, but there was no middleman. There was no discussion. Anyway, Nadia tells Zari what Annie said and about the age difference between her and Shakib, and so of course Zari is immediately pissed off. When I tell y'all, Nadia get on my nerves because she is such a busybody. Her and Fantana. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go in naked and call them Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Like, it's just really annoying. They like to keep stuff going. And so Swanky said that him and Annie are in a better place. Zari says that Annie needs to be evicted. To me, in reality TV, that means you're going to get iced out. So are y'all trying to ice her out? Which is why y'all brought in new people? I'm just saying. And I hope not. Yes, Annie probably needs to redeem herself. However, she ain't no worse than none of y'all, because all of y'all messy AF. Anyway, Diamond meets up with Shakib When I tell y'all, Diamond gave BDE in that entire black outfit, definitely gave BDE. Anyway, Shakib says that he remembers Diamond from 10 years ago. They show a picture of them two together. This was well before the fame, you know. And they did show the picture, and that was it. But Shakib says to Diamond that he made a song that was dedicated to Zari, and that made him feel away. So Shakib basically asked Diamond to respect him and his wife. And saying that, you know, that Zari wanted to have another baby for him, and he didn't. That Zari wanted, apparently there was something said where Zari wanted to have another baby for Diamond. Diamond said Zari came up with the whole thing and to ask him about text messages. Now, the question is, she may have asked him, but what is the time frame of her asking him? Did Zari ask before she got married, before she met Shakib, when she first started dating Shakib, or while everything was really serious and taking off with Shakib? I think though the timing matter for that, you know. So Shakib take off his glasses. He was like, y'all. And y'all know when people take off they shades, baby, they mean big business. All right. So, he says, Shakib tells Diamond he don't want to see any more videos about you dedicating nothing to Zari. If you want to dedicate anything to anybody, dedicate them to your children or to them who's out there in them streets. But not this one. This is my wife. All right? So, Diamond says that Zari wants to be with him. And I was like, you sure about that, Diamond? Diamond really thinks that Zari is, still wants to be with him. He really feels like he really thinks that highly of himself, that this woman still wants him. The delusions of grandeur, okay? It is real. It is real with him, all right? So tonight is Kylie's Diamonds and Pearls event. And so the only people that were there were Cafe, Annie, Kelly, I keep calling her Kylie, Kelly, what's her name, Zari, Swanky, and Nadia. Was Nadia there? I didn't see Nadia. So Kelly, before everything started, Zari tells Kelly that she wanted to confront Annie. And Kylie was like, well, what are you talking about? And so Zari tells Kylie everything that Annie said. And so Kylie was like, she's disappointed with Annie, and why would she talk about everybody like that? So Fantana gets there. She arrives. She waits for Swanky to arrive. Once Swanky arrives, she tells him everything that Annie has said about her. She was like, he's like my big brother. He is my friend. And the moment she started talking, I knew, basically she knew she was going to go back and be the bone carrier. It ain't even that. You messy. You see that everybody do not like Annie, so now you need to get on that train because I thought you and Annie were cool. And then you want to go back and talk about her. Then you try to play in our face and make it seem like, oh, she didn't want to talk about nothing else. She wanted to talk about you, when you could have redirected this conversation and be like, you know what? Any issue you have with Swanky, you probably want to talk to Swanky, so y'all can sort those things out. I want to be here to get to know you. But no, because you a messy BI, you wanted the tea, So you and your little friend can be the bone carrier, because guess what? It's given we're trying to get rid of Annie. I like Annie. I think Annie should stay. I feel like Annie is a little touch, but so are y'all. Sorry. Somebody had to say it. Trying to play in our damn face with this foolishness. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh. Swanky says that Annie is a narcissist. And again, the fact that everybody keeps trying to drive a wedge between Swanky and Annie is ridiculous. I think that Cafe sees everybody for who they are and who carries all of this. Because at the end of the day, Annie don't trust none of them. Not none of them. She don't trust Swanky based on what happened with this voice. I mean, did I say text message? I meant to say voice message. And they have been having problems. And then with everybody else, I feel like they picked a side, and she felt the way. Like, there is no loyalty in this group. They're only loyal to what's popping and what's popular. Anyway, Annie was in a car with was in the car with Cafe, and she was like, I don't want to cry, I don't want to fight. And the reason for her tears was because of the relationship that her and Swanky had. They were so close, and you can't just turn that off. I'm sorry, you cannot just turn that off. Y'all, the heifers is messy, all right? When I tell y'all the heifers is messy, but they've been clocking in. So everybody arrives. Zari checks Annie. And when I tell you Zari got the party started, when I tell you she was popping nonstop like some Doublemint bubble gum, baby, she was popping off. And that's where the episode ended. My Lord. Y'all, I'm going to try to come back with episode 3. And maybe 3 and 4. Maybe Saturday and Sunday. I'm trying to think what I got going on. But I'm going to try to come with 3 maybe on Saturday and episode 4 on Sunday. So, y'all, I'm going to see y'all in the next one.